Alright, so welcome to the second episode of our JavaScript Beginner to Advanced Edition. And in this lesson, we will discuss type conversion, operators, and math objects. So, gawa lang tayo ng bagong folder dito. And let's just name this as type conversion, math objects. So, inside this folder, gawa tayo ulit ng dalawang files. The first one is our index.html. And the second file is our main.js. Okay. So, go back to our index.html. Gawa tayo ng blank HTML structure. Punctuation key sa keyboard, followed by the tab key. And we will just name this as type conversion. Operators and math objects. Okay. And then, gawa lang tayo ng h1 dito para at least may text lang yung browser natin. And then, we will link our main.js by using the script tag. Oops. Let's just put src here. Equals main.js. Okay, so preview lang natin sa browser using live server. Now, we have here our index.html. Palabasin lang natin yung console by pressing F12 on your keyboard. Okay, so let's move on to our main.js. The first one that we're going to discuss is how to convert string to numbers. So I will just initialize a variable here. I'm just going to use the let keyword. And I'm going to use here num1. Okay, so comment lang natin dito string to numbers. So in converting string to numbers, we will be using three methods. The first one is number method. The second one is parseInt, and the third one is parseFloat. Okay, so we will use number, parseInt, parseFloat method. Alright, so let's try our first example. Num1 equals number, and then the string inside, which is your number. Let's try 69. We'll just output it to the console. Num1. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now we have 69 here. So if you notice, blue na siya kasi nga na-convert na siya to numbers. So you can use double quotes also. As long as it is a string, you still have the same result. Okay? So what if ilagay natin yung string mismo sa loob, hindi siya number. Num1 equals number. What if lagyan natin siya dito ng string Pinoy div. So we have here in AN, this stands for not a number. Kasi nga di naman talaga to number, di ba? So ganyan yung ilalabas pag di number yung nilagay nyo sa loob ng number na method. Alright, so let's try with the booleans. Booleans to number. Num1 equals number. And then the boolean value inside. Let's try with true first. Control S, and we have here 1, since true is equals to 1. So what if false? Alam nyo na yung sagot pag false. Pag false, Control S, we have here 0. Okay? So let's try with null. Null to number. Num1 equals number. Null. So the same with null, ang equivalent niya is 0 also. Okay? So let's try with arrays. Num1 equals number. And then your arrays inside, which is enclosed with brackets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. And we have here none also, or not a number. It's because hindi naman talaga itong numbers. Kasi nga may mga comma dito, may mga brackets pa. So pag arrays, ganyan yung lalabas pag kinonvert mo siya to numbers. Alright, so let's try with parse n. Num1 equals parse n, and then your number inside. So let's try 69.56. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. So we have here only 69. Kasi nga yung parse n, integer lang yung ni-return niya. Okay? So di na kasama tong decimal place na to. Right, so let's try with parse float. Num1 equals parse float. Then our numbered side. Let's try with 58.69. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now we have our decimal places right here. Okay, so kasi nga float siya, kasama na yung mga decimals. So what if gusto mo ng 4 decimal places? So gamit lang tayo ng toFix na method dito. Oops. And then type mo lang kung ilang decimal places yung gusto mo. Example 4 decimal places. Press Ctrl S. Now you have 4 decimal places in your console right here. Okay. Alright, so let's move on converting number to string for now. Just comment here, number to string. So in this process, we'll be using two methods. The first one is the string method, and the second one is the dot to string method. So dalawang method yung gagamitin natin. Okay, we will use string and dot to string method. Okay, so example num1 equals string, and then your value inside. Let's try 6 plus 5. Just console this one. Copy lang natin yung sa taas. I-cut lang natin, lipat natin sa baba. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now you have 11 right here. So if na-notice ninyo yung text, nag-color black na siya kasi string na siya ngayon. Right? So let's try another one. Num1 equals string 69. Now we have 69 in our console. Okay? Right, so let's move on converting to date or date string. So num1 equals string, and then your date inside, new date. Let's try today's date. Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now you have your date in the console. Okay? Let's try with arrays. So arrays string. Num1 equals string, and then your arrays inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now you have your arrays converted as string in the console. Okay, so ano pa? Let's try with boolean. Boolean to string. So num1 equals string, and then your boolean inside. Let's try false. Now you have your text false in the console. Same with true. Okay, now you have true in the console. So you can also take the length of the string by just adding that length here. Okay, press Ctrl S. Oops. Length is just a property, so di na kailangan ng open and close parentheses. Right, so we have 4 right here because true is 4 characters. Okay, let's try with using the dot to string method. Oops. So num1 equals open parenthesis, your value inside, and then dot string. Okay, so since this is a method, you will use open and close parenthesis. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. So now we have 2 right here kasi kinuha natin yung length. Try lang natin tanggalin yung length and then output natin ulit sa console. So we have 69 and a length of 2 right here. Okay? You can also use num1 equals, let's try some addition, 69 plus 1 dot string. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now we have 70 with a length of 2 right here. Okay? Alright, so let's move on to operators and math objects. Comment lang natin tong length kasi numbers na yung i-output natin sa console. Then comment lang tayo dito, operators and math objects. Okay, so I will just use the let keyword here, let num1, and then if I add another variable, I will just type comma, and then the second variable that you want to initialize, say num2, or let's make this sum. Okay, so pwede kang mag-initialize ng ganyan. Kasi in the previous lesson is isang variable lang yung ginamit natin. Now, if you want to add more, you can just separate them with a comma. Okay? Let's just say num1 equals 6. Num2 equals 5. And let's try first the basic operators. Okay? Pinaka-basic to, pang grade 1 lang to. So, sum equals num1 plus num2. So, this is addition. Now, let's console.log this one. Oops. Oh, we already have num1 top. So, let's try to change this one to num2, num3. Just change this. Since may num1 na tayo sa taas. Okay. Now we have 11 on the console. So let's try with subtraction. So copy lang natin yan. Lazy coder kasi ako eh. Palitan lang natin yung minus. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now we have 1 right here. Comment lang natin to. Subtraction. Try natin ulit multiplication and division. Oops. So multiplication. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now you have 30. 6 times 5. We also try division. Press Ctrl S. Now we have 1.2. So basically 6 divide 5. Okay. Alright, so let's try with some remainder or modulus. You can just say, copy lang natin yan. So remainder, you would just use the percent sign. Let's try this as remainder modulus. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now we have 1 right here. Okay. Let's move on to exponentiation. Exponentiation. This one will raise the first operand to the power of the second operand. Okay. Raise the first operand to the power of the second operand. Let's try to see some example. Sum equals num2. Now exponentiation, you can use the double times like that, and then the second value, which is num3. Okay, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now we have 776. Okay, so ang ginawa niyan, minumultiply niya yung num1 mo na 6 5 times. So 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. Okay? So itong symbol na to, this was added. Dito natin lagay. added, and ES6 standard. Okay? Pwede ka rin gumamit ng ganito, sum equals math.pow, and then the first parameter, which is num1 or num2, and the second number, num3. Press mo Control S, the same pa rin yung lalabas, 776. So, parehas lang sila. Okay? So, ito, this is a function way of doing it. Okay? So, if you want a JavaScript language version, itong gamitin mo. But if you want in a function way version, ito yung gamitin mo, math.pow. So, kahit saan lang dyan. Right, so let's move on to incremental operator. Okay, so let's say for example num2 plus plus sum equals num2. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now we have 7 right here. So kasi yung num2 natin is 6. By adding plus plus, it will add 1 to the value. So that means 6 plus 1, now we have 7. Okay, let's try with decremental operators. So pag decremental, minus lang. Ganyan, minus lang. And then, output to the console. Press Ctrl S. Now again, we have 6. Okay? 6 siya dito. Pag initialize natin, nag-add 1 tayo dito, naging 7 siya. Nag-minus 1 again tayo dito, naging 6 ulit siya. Right? So now let's move on to operator precedence. Okay? So ano bang ibig sabihin ng precedence? Ito yung order in which operations are performed in arithmetic expression. Okay? Comment lang natin. The order in which operations are performed in an arithmetic expression. Okay? So usually kasi yung tinuturo sa atin, ang multiplication at division have higher precedence than addition and subtraction. So meaning if you have a formula, pag nauna yung plus or minus and then followed by multiplication and division, yung una niyang binabasa is yung multiplication or division sa formula mo. So let's try example, sum equals num1 plus num2 times 5. Okay? So, pag ganyan, palabasin lang natin yung calculator. So, pag ganyan, di ba? Ang num1 natin is 6 plus 5 times 5. Supposedly, yung result natin is 55. But if we try to output this one to the console, oops, oh, this must be num2 and num3. Kasi nga binago natin dito, num2 and num3 siya. So pag in-output natin sa console, naging 31 siya, hindi siya 55. Kasi nga, yung inuna niya, ito. Diba, sabi natin yung operator precedence, yung higher precedence is ang multiplication and division. So since may multiplication dito, inuna niya tong dalawang to. So num3 natin is 5. Ginawa niya, minultiply niya sa 5, which is this one. And then, in-add niya tong num2, which is 6. So if we try plus 6, now we have 31, which is wrong, di ba? So mali siya. Dito, mali na tayo. So, tandaan nyo yan. So, in order to fix that, we will use this formula. Sum equals, we will use brackets. So, num2 plus num3 times 5. Okay? Oops, let's change this to sum. Now, we have the result right here. So, kasi gumamit natin ng brackets, lahat ng inside sa brackets, yun yung unahing babasahin ng formula. Okay? Followed by the times 5. So, dito, kasi hindi tayo gumamit ng brackets dito, inuna niya to. And then, followed by this one. Okay? So, by using brackets, we solve the problem. Let's move on to unary negation. Let's try with minus first. Okay. This will return the negation of the operand. Let's say, for example, let num4 equals 5. Sum equals num4. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. So, since nag-add tayo ng minus dito, yung 5 natin nagiging minus 5 na. Okay? Let's try with the unary plus. Okay. Copy lang natin yan. Okay, tanggalin lang natin yan. Kahit yung dalawa na lang. Add plus here. Change this to 6. Now we have 6 in the console. Alright, so what if nilagyan natin siya ng string? So number siya, but dineclare natin siya in a form was string. So let's try num4 equals ganyan, di ba? Try natin 69. Kopyahin natin yan. So what will happen? Unary will try to convert to number first. So since successful yung pag-convert niya dito to number, wala tayong error dito. So what if pinalitan natin to ng letters? Like that. Press Ctrl S. Now we have none right here, or not a number. Since this is not a number. Right? So balik lang natin siya sa 69. Okay. Now let's move on to math objects. Comment lang natin dito. Math objects. So for instance, we have the round method. Let's try sum equals math that round, and then the value inside. Let's try 2.4. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now we have 2 right here. So dito, if yung decimal mo is less than 5, itong value na to, mag-round down siya into the nearest number, which is 2. Kaya 2 tayo dito. But what if 5 to, pataas, or let's say 5 to 9, mag-round up siya into the nearest value. Let's try 2.5 here. Oops. Now we have 3. Okay. Let's try with 6. Same. 9. The same. Okay. So, comment lang natin dito. Decimal place. Less than 5 will be round down. Oops. And 5 to 9 will be round up. Okay, so that's math that round. Alright, so let's try with math that seal or ceiling. Sum equals math that seal. Let's try 3.4. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now you have 4 right here. So the nearest integer of 3, mag-round up siya into 4. Okay? This will round up to its nearest integer. So even if you put here 7, the same result, 4 pa rin siya. You can also use negative values here. So since negative siya, magra-round down siya sa 3. Okay? Kasi nga negative siya. Right, so let's move on to math.floor. So ang opposite ng ceiling is floor. Alam nyo na mangyayari, di ba? Copy lang natin yan. So ito, magra-round down siya into its nearest integer. So instead of round up, this will round down. Now we have 3. Okay? So opposite na siya ng ceiling. Now let's try the math.abs. Sum equals math.abs or absolute. So itong math.abs, it will return the absolute value of a number. For example, negative 69. Nagiging positive yung result niya dito. Okay? So returns the absolute value of a number. Okay. Next we have square root. Sum equals math.sqrt. Let's try with the square root of 9. Now we have 3 in our console. Copy lang natin itong comment na to. Returns the square root of a number. So what else we have here? We have math.min. Sum equals math.min. So basically ito, para kang may values na, para kang may array sa loob, and then ina-identify niya yung pinaka-minimum na value doon, yun yung i-return niya. So for example, we have 9. What else we have? 78, 56, 8. What else? 4. So any value you can put here. 2. Okay. This will return the number with the lowest value. Okay. Press Ctrl S. Now you have 2 in the console. So basically ito yung pinakamababa dito. Okay, so we also have math.max. So opposite siya ng min. Ito naman, let's try to change this to max. Instead of lowest value, kinukuha niya yung highest value. Press Ctrl S to keyboard. Now we have 78. Okay. What else we have? We also have the math.pi. So ano ba yung pi? Alam na natin yan, di ba? It will calculate the ratio of a circle's area to the square of its radius. So sum equals math.pi. Like that. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now we have 3, 14, 15, 16 like that. Okay. So returns. Oops. The standard pi. What else we have? We have the e or math.e. Sum equals math. Oops. That e like that. So this one, this will return the Euler's number, which is something about logarithms. So the value is approximately 2.17 or 718. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Oops. Palitan natin ng small. Now we have the Euler's number right here in the console. Okay, so this one returns the Euler's number. Right, so what else we have here? We also have math.random. So itong math.random, this will return a pseudo-random numbers between 0 and 1. So 0 is inclusive and 1 is exclusive. Okay? Return pseudo numbers, random numbers between the range of, lagay lang natin dito, 0, 1. Okay? Comment lang natin kasi para matandaan nyo. 0 is inclusive. So, ibig sabihin, masasali siya sa random numbers na ma-return. But 1 is exclusive. Okay? Sum equals math dot random. Now we have 0.4, something like that. Try to refresh again. The value will change. 0.51, 0.42, 0. something. Hindi siya pwedeng umabot sa 1, like 1.0. So, hindi siya pwede kasi nga exclusive yung 1 dito. Okay? So, what if gusto kong mag-generate ng random numbers up to 10? So, basically dito hindi siya pwede, diba? Kasi nga 0 to 1 lang siya. So, gagawin natin, baguhin natin yung formula. Copy ko lang yan. And then, mag-a-add lang ako dito ng, gamitin natin yung floor sa taas para magiging integer yung value natin na i-return. So, math.floor. And then here, we will just type our math.random. Okay. We will multiply it by 10. Like that. Press Ctrl S. Oops. Should be capital. Okay, so now we have an integer value in the console. So if you refresh the browser, we have 9, 6, 5. So any number from 0 to 9. So bakit 0 to 9 lang? Because random numbers or random method will not be always equal to the maximum value. Okay? So kasi yung maximum value natin dito is 10, hindi siya pwedeng aabot sa 10. So hanggang 9 lang siya. Okay? So kahit anong refresh mo dyan, yung value mo less than 10 lang. So 0 to 9 lang. If you want to include 10, add ka lang ng 1 dyan. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now let's try if we can get 10 here. Now we have 10. Okay? So before di tayo nakakuha ng 10. Now we have 10. Right? Comment lang natin to. Up to specified value. So if we want to generate a random number between a specific value, so baguhin lang natin yung formula. We'll just comment here, get random numbers from a specific values. Let's say let min max, initialize ko lang, min equals 10, max equals 20. So gusto ko siyang mag-generate ng random value from 10 or between 10 to 20. Okay, so sum equals math dot floor. Okay, and then math dot random times your max value minus your mean value, and then times or plus the mean value. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now, it will generate numbers from 10 and 19. So, bakit hanggang 19 lang? Kasi nga, yung random method will not be always equal to the maximum value. So, di ba maximum value natin is 20? So, di siya pwede. Gagawin natin, kung gusto mo talagang i-include yung max na value, mag-add 1 ka lang dito. Press Ctrl S. Now let's try if we can get 20 in the console here. Now we can get 20. Okay? Comment lang natin to. The maximum is exclusive. But this one, maximum is included. Okay? Alright guys, so I think hanggang dito na lang muna tayo. In the next episode, we will discuss about template literals. We will also discuss conditional statements. Ano ba yung mga yun? Yung if else, switch, and then we will also discuss loops like for loops and while loops. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe and share this video to your friends.